Hello, lovely people, and welcome to the channel. Okay, so today I just went right to the cards and I said, okay, Spirit, I don't have a question except for what have you got for us today? What does the collective need to know today? And boy, did Spirit come through. So, this message is for any of you who are neurodivergent and you have been feeling in relationship with someone or with someone in your life. That doesn't have to be a love relationship, it can be anybody in your life who has made you feel less than, who has made you feel either like you're too much or you're not enough, or in some way your needs are a burden to them. If this sounds true for you, this reading is for you. I'm Vicky. I am a neurodivergent, intuitive, medium, therapist, all of the above, and I welcome you to the channel. Don't forget to like the channel if you do, and to subscribe, and to hit that bell so you know when I'm going to be doing another recording. So get your coffee cup, get your favorite beverage, or if you're like me, you have a collection of them nearby, grab them and come on in and let's take a look at what Spirit has to say to you today. Okay, lovelies, let's take a look. Let's listen to what Spirit has to say to us today. Spirit, tell us, what does our collective need to hear today? I clothe myself in a robe of white light, composed of the love and the power and the wisdom of the divine, not only for my own protection, but so that all others who see it or come in contact with it will be brought to the divine and healed. I'm calling in our ascended masters and guides in this moment for the highest good of all concerned. Thank you, Spirit. Welcome in. We're happy you're here. All right, so I'm thinking about what kind of a spread that I'd like to do today, and I think I'm going to do this little kind of, I don't even know what it's called, but like a mini Celtic cross. So, Spirit, tell us, what does our collective need to know today? Okay. Ooh, Ace of Swords. Maybe this represents you. Maybe there's a new truth that's come out for you in some way. Did you just learn that you're neurodivergent maybe? Is that possible, that you're kind of having some new thoughts or new understandings? Or maybe there are some new ideas coming for you. Let's take a look at what's past. In the past, we have, okay, walking away. Eight of Cups, or something that you had to walk away from. We're going to draw clarifiers on everything, but for sure can be a sad energy. This is your current situation, is the King of Swords. So you are in your brain, perhaps. You are in your brain, maybe managing. I'm sensing the connection here of new ideas are coming. Your current situation is thinking through something very deeply and feeling like you're in this energy of your thoughts. I know that doesn't sound clear, but what I'm saying is there's a new idea coming in because you're steeped in this hyper thinking. Maybe you're doing a deep dive. Maybe you've done some research on who you are. Maybe this is about your neurodivergence and learning more. Maybe that's why you're here. And it was a moment of having to walk away from something or feeling unfulfilled from something. And we're going to get more clarifiers on that for sure. I want to hear more about that. I'm getting nosy now. What happened to you, collective, that you had to let go of? Was it a romance or a relationship? Were they not getting you? Is that part of it? Let's look at the overarching energy right now. Okay, good. I like that. Seven of Pentacles is nurturing the seeds that you've planted, right? Let's take a look at the lesson being learned. Spirit, what do you want the collective to learn from this? Oh, that there have been burdens for sure, but you're not a burden. That came out. Oh, I hear you, Spirit. Thank you. This is a clear one. They all are clear right now, but this was like loud to me, and that's how we know intuition, right? That intuition can be loud in a loving way, as opposed to anxiety or just, your own thoughts about something. This was not my thought coming in. Spirit was like, yeah, there's been burdens. And Spirit went, no, it's also that they are not a burden. So this person in this situation you've been in, might make you feel like a burden. And your lesson here is um, that's not who you are. That's not who you are. I'm going a little bit out of order here with things, but here's your outcome, which I kind of love. I love your outcome. It's a great outcome, right? And in the Celtic Tarot, in the Celtic spread, we do what crosses you. I'm going to kind of reframe that and talk about what's your biggest challenge in this. And this is what I'm going to ask Spirit today. What's your biggest challenge in all of this? As you're coping with all of this, what's your biggest challenge? Okay, Empress, you're very nurturing and loving, and maybe you have children, and maybe that's part of this. We're going to get clarifiers, as I said. But the first thing that comes up for me is, okay, there's a challenge here, because whoever, maybe this is a partner that you've been with that you kind of had to walk away from, or you've been thinking about it, or you're still in that energy of dealing with this person. And you're very loving, nurturing Empress person, right? The Empress is that the Mother Earth, the one that takes care of everybody. Yeah, and that's really clear here. And part of what you nurture is them. So the challenge you have, I'm getting that is this somebody's marriage? That you're kind of rethinking this. And there may be somebody who's in your energy who is the King of Swords is somebody, this person. And remember, this doesn't have to be, it's not gender based in tarot. So it's just the energy. So you are this loving, caring person, and you're kind of having to rethink things because there's this person in your life, in your energy, in the current situation that you've maybe had to walk away from already, but you're thinking about it because they're still in your energy. You're still thinking about them. And, what's that about? And let's get some clarifiers on this. I think I want to use the Tulip Magic Tarot because I just love these cards. The only thing I don't love about my Tulip Magic deck is how big they are. I complain about it every time. I'm sorry, people, if you've heard that from me before. But they're so big and they're hard to shuffle. I can't bridge and like poker shuffle them because they're just too big. And that's why they haven't kind of broken in that much. I use them just as much as the Lightseers, but because I don't do the bridge shuffle, it's protected them a bit, I guess. All right, Spirit, we need some clarifiers here. Tell us about this Ace of Swords, please. What's this new energy, this new beginning of a thought process or a new idea that our collective has right now? A lot of folks are having ideas about business or about different ways of managing our money right now, but I don't really see that. The Pentacles here I'm sensing are more to do with nurturing new ways of being, But let's see. Okay, we got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords energy here. That's your idea. So you've been in this overthink. You're moving into the thinking and the being very clear. And maybe there's this, this new way of looking at it has to be more to do with a head over heart decision that you're making. That you're going more into your brain, into what's the right thing for me. What is the right thing? And I'm considering everybody else around me. My goal is here, this joyful moment, of really rolling around in our joy, so to speak, or jumping for joy. And that's our goal. We've been feeling like a burden with this person in our life, whoever that is. They maybe don't understand your neurodivergence if you're here and you understand that, and that rings for you. By the way, if this resonates for you, please leave a like, follow, so we can grow the channel some more and kind of get the word out there about how to remember who you really are as a neurodivergent person. So maybe that's what's happening. There's this person in your energy that's very analytical, is a great thinker, and is able to, be very rational in their thought process. And typically, you're kind of more of a blend. You have your loving energy, you're the nurturer here, you're the one that plants the seeds and grows them in your relationship, in your home, with your family. And this is always on your mind. This part of it, being nurturing and loving and kind and taking care of your family, is always right there. But I think you're having to make a head over heart decision and considering walking away if you haven't already. Let's get some more clarifiers here for the Empress energy. Two of Coins. Okay, so this is just telling me that you're you really, of course, you love your family and whoever it is that you're thinking about. And it can even be, I always like to say that not everybody is a parent of human beings, but maybe fur baby parents, and that's, equally important to you. And it's part of what I'm sensing is you're trying to make some decisions here, and this gives us this. You're trying to balance out, how do I make sure that I nurture, but I also make a head over heart decision when it comes to this person who tends to be, even though they're very intellectual, they may understand things, and they can't understand your neurodivergence. This is what I'm getting. They can't understand. It doesn't make logical sense to them. And so therefore they can make you feel like a burden despite who you really are. Is this loving? You have great ideas. You think clearly. You're able to do all that. You're the nurturing, loving person. And they're stuck in their head. Doesn't make sense. So therefore they're not giving you latitude to really be who you are. Spirit, tell us about this Eight of Cups energy. How's our collective here had to leave something behind in the recent past? What's that about? Recent past. What have you left behind? Oh, okay. So the devil energy is showing up. So perhaps the thing you've left behind is this I don't want to say an over dependence, because I'm not feeling you being dependent on them, but maybe emotionally you had been. And you had been buying into the logical piece, and maybe even adopting that as your own inner ableism, self-ableism. And I'm getting this person is quite ableist. You've done it before. Why can't you just do that now? How come when you said you're going to do X, I come home and you've done Y and Q through A backwards, which is what it looks like when we're neurodivergent, but you didn't do the X, and they're stuck on that again, making you feel like a failure and burden, right? The overarching energy here is don't forget to nurture yourself, and it sounds like you've already done this, or that you're in this process of going, wait a minute, hold on. You've got this new way of thinking and looking at it, going, hold the phone. That's my autism. I go into my Shrek impressions. Not good ones, I understand. But hold the phone. Hold on. I need to let go. Letting go of this deep commitment to just always being loving and empathic, and moving into the more head over heart energy is where you are, I think. Let's take a look. Let's get a clarifier, please, on that King of Swords. Tell us more about this person. I want to know about them, please. I'm getting nosy beans here going, okay, hold on. Tell me more about this King of Swords, please. Oh, yeah, Five of Wands. So there's a lot of that struggle with, there's a lot of argument. No, I'm sorry, that's happened. That's in your current situation, it looks like. Yeah, there's arguments that happen because of this. Just the same situation I just explained. There's some arguments happening here. Yeah, and it can feel like the ending. I'm sorry to hear that, but maybe that's what it needs to be. Can't tell you what to do, but it sounds like that's what you're thinking about. Doesn't mean that's the answer, but that's what's showing up, right? Maybe it's time to let this go. I don't know. And maybe find a new love of some sort, and that could be for myself. Start something new, a new path of love for myself, whatever that looks like. Maybe it looks like counseling, maybe it looks like couples therapy, I don't know. Just know those options are always available to folks if possible. Openpath.org, FYI. Open Path, no, shoot, I don't want to say that's the link. It's the Open Path Collective. You can Google that. They have therapists that have reduced rates if you can't afford it, if you don't have insurance. So that's an option. Just want to give you resources if that's what we're looking at. Tell us, please, about the Seven of Pentacles. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not being your therapist. I'm giving you resources, giving you things to think about. Actually, Spirit's doing that, so thank you, Spirit. Seven of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Tell us more. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, this is your loving energy that you're bringing in for yourself. I love that. That's the overarching enemy energy here. Sometimes it is our enemy. We're not doing it for ourselves, so it feels like an enemy. We got to make that our friend. Bring in that Knight of Cups. Nurture ourselves, right? And what does that look like? Just being kind to ourselves in different ways, not allowing ourselves to feel like a burden when that comes up around these struggles with this, King of Swords. Like, challenge that thought. Let's see some on that. Let's see some more on that Ten of Wands, please. Hello, puppies. My puppies just came in the room. I don't have puppies. They're 5 and 7 years old, but they'll always be my puppies. All right. The lesson being learned is there's the King of Swords again. And it's just doubling down for me that when you see this King of Sword energy, your challenge here, the lesson being learned is do not allow yourself to feel like a burden. What does that mean? It means like stopping for a little while and saying, wait a minute, what's the truth here? And yes, maybe I didn't do the X thing that they needed or wanted from me. It wasn't life-changing. I feel bad for it, but it doesn't mean I'm a burden. It doesn't mean I get to accept those thoughts about myself. We go, yeah, my neurodivergence showed up. It's not an excuse, it's a reason. And anybody would feel bad about feeling judged because of something that we have a very difficult time controlling. And it's important to do that for ourselves. And don't forget, when we're under stress from this stuff, those executive skills in the prefrontal cortex of our brain, those things that ADHD or struggle with, neurodivergent people struggle with, it's going to get worse when there's this kind of stress. Our functioning decreases. There's miles and miles long studies about that. So many studies about how our executive skills decrease when we're under stress. So spirits just remind you, don't accept that. Okay. And we've got the Nine of Coins energy. That's a very singular kind of energy too. Taking care of ourselves, treasuring ourselves through that. All right, tell us more about the Nine of Cups, please, the outcome card. Tell us more about that outcome card, the Nine of Cups. Yeah, where you can be the Queen of Coins. Value. Coins are value, right? I always love this card. Look at her. She's in all her glory there, just like living in the knowledge of her value. Oh, I want this for you. I want this for all of us, collective. No matter what your situation is, who that is, if there's somebody in your life like that, or if it's just society giving you those messages and you feeling this way, I don't care who it is. This is the outcome I want for you. This joy and you living in your emotion of feeling like, yeah, I got this. And look at her. She's looking like, you're going to question? You're questioning? I'll hold it up high there. There you go. Look. She's like, excuse me? You're questioning my value? Oh no, not me. I live in it. I live in my value. Love it. And then you move into actually, I love when Spirit does this. I just get excited. You're first feeling this. The outcome here is this joy, right? This moment of, oh, look at all that I am. This is not all I have. Look at all I am. I am not that burden. I can make decisions for myself, my family. I can let things go. I can let go of that ableism and the internalized ableism and then move from, excuse me, you doubt me? Excuse me? What now? I know my value. And then the King of Coins, moving from the the Queen, which is sort of in the seeping in the essence of the card, right? I'm seeping in the essence of my coins, which is not money always in tarot. It's also our value, anything we value, our health and living well and taking care of ourselves, right? And knowing intellectually and emotionally and spiritually who we are, nurturing it, all that. You're seeped in that energy, and then you move into living the energy. The King of Coins. The King of Coins, and look at that energy, this power stance. We go from this lounging, like, I know who I am, to this power stance. Excuse me? Like, completely open here, Okay, like that power stance, kind of. I don't want to say, I'll be quiet. Uh, the white stance people, right? But that's a very masculine energy power stance, right? And that doesn't mean that you're having power over anyone. You're in your power and you're living it. You're living your power. Oh, thank you, honey. My dog just handed me my glasses from the floor. She's a helping dog and she's so sweet. She saw that I dropped them. Thank you. You're such a good girl. Thank you, sweetheart. What a good baby dog, my laddie. Okay, that was Rosie making her appearance. Behind me now is Ollie, her brother, who is just a dog. He's another lab. It's her brother, but you know, he's a boy. He's just the boy. We love him. He's our heart, but not the brightest bulb in the box. Love him, love him, love him. Okay, so you hear what I said? Moving from embodiment of to living it, carrying it out. Love, love, love this spread for you and for all of us, the collective. Love it. Listen, remember, if I'm going to do some listen bee cards for you now, 1, 2, and 3. So remember, if this resonates, please like it, leave a thumbs up there, subscribe so you'll know when and hit the bell, so you know when I'm coming out with another one, and leave a comment. I want to hear from you. I want to learn about you. I want to know you. Tell me what resonates for you. What was helpful? What hit? That's the way we talk in our house. What hit? It hips, it slaps, and it Fs. That's how we say things, if they're good. Anyway, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Here's one. Listen, B. Listen, B. Is it 1, 2? Yeah, they're so big. Okay. Listen, B. The only thing you should quit is your excuses. Oh, hold on. Hold the phone. Actually, I think what you should quit is thinking your reasons are excuses. I'm just correcting right now. I'm correcting this card. I want to get out a little red marker and put a little line up here to say is you need to challenge thinking that your reasons, which are valid, are excuses, because that's this BS. That's this BS that we get all the time. Oh, your neurodivergence is just an excuse. Oh, HE double hockey sticks. No, that's not an excuse. It's a reason. Now, it doesn't mean that we stop there. I just have to say that. When people are worried about saying, that's my neurodivergence showing up. Well, yeah, it is. But it doesn't mean we stop there. We say, okay, that's why it happened. How can I take care of myself differently? How can I manage to get to do the thing if that's what this is about, right? It's challenging the internalized ableism that we can feel, which goes with this excuse card. There are 2 here. Okay. I'm going to pick up that one too. I knew there were more than one. All right. It's not an excuse. It's a reason. So you should quit that thinking if that's where you are. Here's the other one. Listen, B, you are your own ride or die. Oh, show yourself some damn love and kindness. I love this. Yeah. It doesn't mean we can't depend on other people, but we have to depend on ourselves first if we can. Okay? If we can. And what's that about? It's about challenging these thoughts and challenging this ableism, challenging all of this first. Nurturing ourselves first. That's not selfish. That's how we take care of ourselves. And that's how we can show up for other people, because we can check that off. Good, I'm good. How you doing? Right? All right. These cards stick together. All right, here we go. Listen, B, your dreams deserve a fair fight. I love that. So this that you want over here for yourself. Oops, I always hit that mic. I'm so sorry. I got flailing arms here. These dreams that you have of having, this beautiful full cup life where you know your value and you kind of like don't even question your own value most of the time. We're human. It's going to come up. And then we live it. We live like we know we are the shizzle. Oh, I'm sorry for that. That was very awkward, wasn't it? The shizzle. Okay. I'm trying to get around the cursing because at home I cuss like a sailor. Or I don't even want to say you sailors are probably more professional than I am when it comes to cussing. I cuss a lot at home. So this is a challenge for me not to cuss here. But anyway, you're the ish. Right? You live it. full cups. That deserves a fair fight. It starts with you loving yourself and trying to kind of reject that other ish that comes up. Okay? With that being said, I'm going to go. My pups want me to pet them behind me here. And they're like, Mama, come on. Come talk to us. So I'm going to go do that. And I love you very, very much. I will see you very soon. Come back again, please. I would love to see you.